What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. As you guys can see in the background, I have a big piece of wood inside of my room, so you guys probably already know what it's going to be used for. The 20-gallon tank over here, because we are going to remodel it. Before we get into that, I just want to say, if you guys are new here, I'm Luke Dombrowski, and if you guys like this video, do not forget to go down below, click the subscribe button, and also hit a like on this video. But now, I think it's time for us to go clean this piece of wood. So the first thing we're going to be using is this here airbrush. Alright, so what we're going to be doing first is we're going to go inside of all the creases and everything and trying to get all of this other stuff that is on there. As you guys can see, it takes all that stuff off when you spray it. So let's get at it and get everything out of this piece of wood. Now I have it all cleaned out, ready to go and get washed out. So if there's anything on top of it or anything inside of the cracks that could do anything to the fish inside of my tank, it's not going to allow that. We're going to go wash it off right now. This is a good looking piece of wood that's going to be going inside of the 20-gallon tank. So the next thing we have to do is I'm probably going to be breaking these pieces off, not fully off, but just enough to where it looks way more natural than it is right now, because you can see that it's a straight cut across and just does not look natural, and it wouldn't look that good in the tank when it looks like this. So now we got the first two cut off, this one and this one. We're gonna leave the back one because you're not gonna need to see that as much when it's inside of the tank. It's gonna be a little bit harder to see than the other two. I took a flathead and I put it down and I hammered it in and just cracked the pieces off that I wanted to. And now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna go inside and measure it out up to probably like right here. We're gonna cut it off and then we're gonna stuff it inside of the tank and put some plants inside of it. So we got it right here. I'm gonna put it inside of the tank real quick. Let me put the light up. That is not good. Should have really done that with two hands the whole time. But the reason why we are doing this, I should probably cut that a little bit. So I just measured it all, and the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to catch all the fish out of it, take the plants out of it, and then we're going to cut this, probably to right there, maybe something like that, and then we're going to stuff it inside of the tank. We're going to siphon out some of the water and put it into a 5-gallon bucket. And this is where the fish are going to stay until we are done. There we go. Now we need to get our net ready and start catching these guys out. Got one of the Serpay tetras right there. Little baby Serpay tetra. I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it. He's a squirmy one. That one right there. Now we're going to catch the Congo tetras, the rest of the Serpay tetras, the goldfish, and the mosquito fish. Got the goldfish in this net. Serpay tetra and the mosquito fish right there. And I'm going to be putting the air pump inside of the 5-gallon bucket until we're ready to put the fish back inside of the tank. Well, it's about time I call the fish out of the tank. What do you think, Whiskey? Was it about time that I call the fish out? Look at me. What do you want? What do you want? So now it is time to take out the plants, and then we're going to put the piece of wood in, put the plants inside of the tank. I don't think you guys have seen this yet, but when I put these plants in, look at how much they've grown. You see all that? All of this is what has happened when I put them inside the tank. It was regularly just like this, the green part, and that was it. The first plant grew a lot more than that one, but let's see this last one. That was a decent amount too. Look at that. From right there all the way down here. So that's like a solid 3 inches, and the leaves have grown too since I first got them. But this is the first one. This one is huge now. Look at that. Look at all of that. That's like 4 to 5 inches at least. But now it is time to put the piece of wood in. It's gonna have to get cut off a little bit more. I'm thinking we're gonna have to cut it from the bottom, because you can see right there that this end and that end aren't touching the bottom of the tank, and what we'd have to do is cut off that. So that's what we're gonna do. That is a lot better. Get the dust off, just like that. Right there is where it's gonna sit, and then we have plants going in and out of it. Actually, I think right in that corner is where it's gonna sit, because that's gonna look a lot more cool, and the fish will have a lot more space to swim around on this side and go back and forth. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take out a decent amount of the water, so it's basically just a bigger water change for the fish, and then we're gonna put the plants back in there and do whatever else with it do. So there we go, that's basically gonna be an 80% water change. And now I'm gonna put this over here in the back corner. So there, we have the wood all set up, and now what we're gonna be doing is putting the plants in between the wood and make it as natural as possible, coming through with the plants. And by the way, look at this mini plant, a baby one that came off of mine. Gonna be going in with this first one right here. There we go, we got the first one inside there. You guys can barely see that. I'm gonna put the top on so you guys can. You guys can't see it very well, but it's right there. You guys can see it from above, but not from the side angle, from over here. And now we're gonna be putting the other 2 plants in. Probably gonna be putting one on that side, and then maybe one right next to that one. So they all grow straight up next to the tree, and it gives it the most natural look that it can. But we're gonna be adding a little bit more rocks. These ones are already cleaned off, so we're not gonna clean them off. I'm not gonna add much anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Just a little bit for the plants. And now we're gonna be adding another plant, the biggest one, adding some rocks behind the plant so that the roots stay down. There we go. Another plant tucked in there. I'm not sure where I wanna put the other one. I kind of, geez, whiskey. So I'm probably gonna put him right over here, and then maybe later on, one of my next few videos or something, you never know, I might get some more plants for it. Maybe some stuff to go up on top of here that doesn't need the gravel at the bottom. I don't think these need the gravel at the bottom, but I just want to be sure to have them in the rocks. Moving the gravel around, putting it back in the other corners, tucking it back over here. So now, we're able to fill up this tank, and when we fill it up, we're gonna let the water all settle before we put the fish back inside of there and let the filter run for a little bit. Now we're gonna fill it up. Should probably put that on something else. Oh! Now since we have the tank and it's a little bit more clear, there's not as much stuff flowing around. I mean, there still is a decent amount of stuff inside of the tank, but all that stuff is going to get taken out by the filter, and then it'll be fine. But what we are going to be doing right now is we are going to be catching these fish out of here, putting them inside of the tank. I don't think I'm going to put any of the mosquito fish back inside of there. I think I'm probably either going to put them in the pond or in the 80-gallon tank. Got the goldfish first. He's going in there. We got one of the Serpay tetras. And this is the rest, besides one last Congo tetra. There's one more Serpay right there. Oh, actually there's another one. These guys are for sure my favorite fish that I have inside of there. And the reason why I'm not putting the mosquito fish back in here is because I'm actually going to do something else with this tank. I'm not going to have mosquito fish in here anymore because I want to have something else in here you guys are going to see pretty soon. As you guys can tell, I let the water clear up a little bit more before I started videoing again. So this is what it looks like now. I have a weight attached to the back. I need to cover that up. But goldfish, Congo tetras, Serpay tetras are all doing good, and as you can see, that looks very, very cool with that. And I added the plant to the back, forgot to mention that, because I didn't want there just to be nothing behind this, and it gives it a good look from the front, as you guys can see. But I want to get a little bit more plants. Maybe we could tuck some more in on that side, cover up the weight, and then also put some more through here. Maybe a moss ball, or actually you could put the bottom to where it's all like a grass. I kind of want to do that with a tank. I don't know about this one, but that would be very cool. And I kind of like how the wood comes out of the water so you can barely tell, and it looks more natural like that. And we got all the fish right here. Look at them. Sick fish, goldfish, Serpay tetras, all doing good inside of this aquarium. And as you can tell, the wood is still all very, very cool. It's all in different angles, going back and forth, going up and down. And I think this is my favorite part, right around here, where you can see all of them going across and coming back up to the top. That's probably my favorite out of the whole entire tank. And also I'm going to be getting some more fish that are going to look a lot more cool inside of this tank. It just doesn't give it that much color inside of here with just the Congo tetras, the Serpay tetras, and the goldfish, because most of the time the Serpay tetras are hiding either down there. I figured that out within the first few minutes of having them in the tank. And then the goldfish, he's always just up on the top. You guys can see him like that. He's already eating. But Congo tetras are always just chilling around, but it's not very much a community tank yet. So we're going to be getting some more fish, and you guys are going to like it a lot. I can guarantee it. And also you guys can tell that I added the bubbles going through the rocks back there. The bigger bubbles on the right and the little smaller ones on the left. So all in all, this tank has a big upgrade now with the big piece of wood, that plant in the back, and also it looks like there's more plants in here because I cut one in half, and now there's one right there, which was a part of this one. And they're gonna grow pretty good like that. Maybe I'll split a few more up, like I'll split this one up right here since it's huge. Maybe put half that right next to it over there, and it'll all grow up and around. And as you guys can tell, I've been trying to keep my room clean, have all my shoes over there, computer on the bed. Usually it's over here sitting on the side of my book that has a whole bunch of freshwater fish. I just read about fish sometimes, and thank you to my girlfriend's grandpa for giving me this. And then on the 75-gallon tank, everything is doing good. The eel is perfectly fine right there. 2 red-tailed catfish right there. Arowana, 2 silver dollars, and also the clown knife is probably going to be coming back in here soon. He was fighting with him. He had some bad markings on him from the clown knife fish biting him. But I think they'll be fine when they come back. And just be ready for a huge new scape inside of this. Might take out the Java ferns in here and put them inside of there to make it look more natural in that tank. But just be ready for something really sick to happen in here. But that is going to wrap up what I just did today. We're going to have some really cool fish in here soon. Actually, I'm going to try to feed him real quick because he looks pretty hungry. Oh. Congos are going up to the top, so that'll probably mean that the goldfish is going to find it sometime soon. Oh, there, told you. But no matter what, if you guys like tanks, you should really get a tank that has community fish inside of it, because it's all in all a really, really cool thing. I didn't think I would like this when I first got it, but I'm starting to really like it, and I'm sure you guys are starting to really like it. But I'm starting to really like this community fish tank. It's actually growing on me. All these Serpay tetras, Congo, goldfish, all look super sick. And soon, stay tuned for a really cool tank that I'm gonna be doing. I know you guys are gonna really like this one that's coming soon. But that's where I'm gonna end it off today. So if you guys like this video, you guys like these fish, you guys like this tank, go subscribe down below, and also go down and like it. If you guys do like this tank, tell me why. If you guys don't like the tank, let me know why also. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.